Y'all don't get it. Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, just want to say welcome to the Art of War. We're actually doing the. Let me just go back over here. Sorry about that. We're doing the Art of War Nuggets, Sun Tzu's Art of War Nuggets. So, I'm Big Nard. I want to do the reading. Give me 1 second. And remember, this is reading the Art of War while I'm still testing. So we're still in a test mode. So I just want to let you guys know that. Like earlier, I wanted to get the feedback from the 2 videos. So we'll right now, so far, we'll keep it this way. And give me 1 second. Just want to remove this banner. Boom. All right. Now I don't know if it's choppy, but it seems like the connection is bad. We did have a blizzard, so it's over. It's beside us now. So excited about that. So we'll start it up. This is Big Nard. I'm reading the Sun Tzu Art of War Nuggets. I'll call them Nuggets because I'm doing about 30 minutes of reading. We're on chapter 5, and this is the book. If you got the same book right here, Art of War, Sun Tzu, Shambhala Dragon Editions, Thomas Cleary, hey, pull it out, read with us. So what happened is I did I cut it short last nugget to 15 minutes, but there was a good point because it stopped at a good one where it was speaking about I'll just read a little snippet though. He was saying that there are only 5 notes in the musical scale, but their variations are so many that they cannot all be heard. I just love that. And then he went on to say there are only 5 basic colors, but their variations are so many that they cannot all be seen. There are only 5 basic flavors, but their variations are so many that they cannot all be tested. And I just love that part when he wrote that. But that was from the last nugget, so definitely go back, check the last nugget if you want to do that. But I stopped on that because I had to cut it short. But that was the perfect segue. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get right into it, and then just to let everybody know if you're new to watching this video. So what I basically do is I read Sun Tzu's line like so. I make a comment, give you my Bernarderisms commentary, and then I read what the other generals and I'm just gonna say noble people of that time period, which was about 2,500 years ago. All right, so right now we're on page 96, and we're gonna continue on, and we'll go through. All right, so Master Sun is when the speed of rushing water reaches the point where it can move boulders. This is the force of momentum. When the speed of a hawk is such that it can strike and kill, this is precision. So it is with skillful warriors, their force is swift, their precision is close. Their force is like drawing a percussion. Oh, I'm sorry. Their force is like drawing a catapult. Their precision is like releasing the trigger. Man, this dude is nice, man. So my commentary on this though, and basically with this chapter 5 was actually force. So the whole chapter is about using force, just to reiterate. So the focus on this is force. And I like this. So the speed of rushing water reaches a point where it can move boulders. And he likes to use the ideology of water because his whole concept is formless. So be formless like water, but be powerful like water. Be swift like water. Be limitless, be formless. So yeah, so you want to move with the power, the force, and momentum. I mean, momentum is another key aspect when you're doing something, because when you have momentum behind you, that generates more energy. So it's like I don't know, it's like a psychological force of momentum, where I guess you kind of get in the zone. But momentum is a powerful. It's definitely powerful in anything you do. Again, I play Call of Duty, so we were actually we were doing well, and our goal obviously is to win. And at one point, we had momentum on our side, and you could tell because we were just running through everybody. And you got to maintain that. So we didn't win, but we came close. I think we came in second place. But we were doing extremely well and made a few mistakes. But that's the gist. Now, precision obviously is being, well, they're saying being able to strike with precision is being specific in your targeting. I'm assuming this one. This is my take on it. So by precision is being accurate, not just accurate in an attack, like physically hitting something, but be accurate in your decision making process. And when you're moving with force and momentum, and and striking with precision. Uh, I guess those two. Yeah, I guess when he's talking about force, those two are different types of force. I guess momentum would be like, I got if it's amperage and voltage, uh, but the power comes from momentum, and then being swift and striking with precision is extremely weird. Like back in boxing, when I like to watch boxing. Well, I like watching martial arts. Like, so boxing is an art, right? So with boxing, it's the same thing. So, you could, like, I use Floyd Mayweather. We could use Terrence Crawford. These are boxers, professional boxers. And what happens is their accuracy, their precision is extreme. So a lot of times they can be hurt and they can literally have, like, mess up their shoulder or something, and you're still fighting a person formidable, but their level of precision and accuracy is so precise that when they pretty much throw a punch, it's going to hit its target. So they actually don't waste a lot of energy because their level of precision is extreme. In regards to the level of force, you have some other boxers that exert extreme force, so they may not be as accurate, but when they hit, it's like the water knocking down a boulder. Like, so, they kind of are equal in a sense, where at points to be precise and forceful. Like, imagine Deontay Wilder with precision like Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford. That's almost when they talk about you know the end of the outcome before the outcome. That would be an example of a Deontay Wilder fighting like Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford. You would have somebody with one punch knockout power that pretty much has a high accuracy rate. So that means you're in trouble, because almost anything he throws, if it's going to land, and then one punch just could end your whole career, then that becomes what Sun Tzu is referring to. That's my take on it, just to give a better view, because my explanation sounded like a little weak when I started saying it, but that's what I was trying to say. And then, so now Du Mu, we only actually got one comment on this, but Du Mu said their force is swift in the sense that the force of the momentum of battle kills when it is released. That is why it is likened to a drawn catapult. And so kinetic and potential and kinetic energy, right? So a catapult is a good example. Like, you put a boulder on a catapult, that's a lot of potential energy. Pulling the trigger is releasing that energy. And if you release that energy with precision, that's the Deontay Wilder as Floyd, combination of Floyd Mayweather is deadly and devastating. All right, so then we go on to the next one. And is it working? Oh, come on, don't tell me that. There we go. So, all right, perfect. So disorder arises from order. Cowardice arises from courage. Weakness arises from strength. And that makes sense. Disorder, or I'm going to take that back. I said that like kind of freely. Disorder arises from order. Cowardice arises from courage. Weakness arises from strength. Now, I'm a little confused about this, the way it's worded, but my take on it is saying when you're all your things in order, then you can actually view disorder. When you have a lot of courage, you could tell, you could discern or see cowardice. Because you have courage, you'll see the difference of cowardice. And if you have strength, then you'll see the weakness. That's one way of looking at it. But it can also mean that disorder arises from order. like things. Nah, I don't know. I'll take that back. The first one I did, I agree, but I was trying to go that out of the term of out of order is chaos. So, but out of courage is chaos. Nah. So I'm just taking it the way I was saying. Those in order, you see the disorder. Those who have courage, you can see the cowardice, because normally order is the I guess the goal of disorder, and then cowardice and with courage is they're opposites, but it's the you would assume it's the goal of cowardice, right? Strength is the goal of weaknesses. Like, so normally when people are weak, they want to build strength, right? So cowards want to be courage. Disorder people want to have order. That's my take on it. Let's see what the others say. My other compadres say. So Lee Kwan says, if you presume on the orderliness of government and fail to provide for the comfort of the governed, thus creating much resentment, disorder is certain to arise. I don't know about that, but the that's her take on it. So it's very interesting to get different perceptions on it. Let me go. Just want to do one thing real quick to make sure it's okay. Here we go. Gotta turn this down. Just want to make sure it's streaming properly. Because actually, the video from I think this one is like that too. The quality of the video is degraded, but I think that is due to, I guess I'm having some problems with my internet connection. So I think like the internet connection works, but it looks like there's some issues. So the quality is a little grainy, but the audio aspects is good. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So, but now, like GLN says, if you presume on order, disorder will arise. If you presume on courage and strength, timidity and weakness will arise. Still don't understand what they mean by that. If you presume on order, but I still don't follow them. So let's see what my man Dumu. Let's see what Dumu says. What this means is that if you want to feign disorder so as to lead opponents on, first you must have complete order. For only then can you create artificial disorder. If you want to feign cowardice to spy on opponents, you must first be extremely brave. For only then can you act artificially timid. If you want to feign weakness to induce haughtiness in opponents, first you must be extremely strong. For only then can you pretend to be weak. All right, so I like Dumu's explanation, but we all got different views on this, I guess. But me and like Dumu's, I agree with Dumu's. The other two, I don't I don't follow that. But like I said, it's a different point of view. If you can break it down, throw it in the comments, man, because it's not just me reading this, I'm giving you my commentary, but I'm interested to see what others think about the Sun Tzu Art of War and some of his comments, like your takes. Because there's no right way, right? There's no right or wrong, but I just would like to see the different views on it. Because right here we got a couple of views. It's just that I don't really understand what they mean by that. So if you can clear it up, hey, that helps everybody out too. All right, so now we're on page 97, and order and disorder are a matter of organization. Courage and cowardice are a matter of momentum. Strength and weakness are a matter of formation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, order and disorder, it basically explains the organization, because things in order are organized, right? So that determines your level of organization. Courage and cowardice gives you the example of momentum, right? So if you're courageous, you normally have momentum going forward. If you don't have courage, that affects your momentum. So it's a matter of momentum. Courage generates the momentum. Strength and weaknesses is a matter of formation. So how you build up the formations determines, and that means if you have weaknesses in your formation. So that's my take on it. Basically, reading what he says. Me and him, my take on it is what he said. Like I didn't even add anything to that really. I just read what he said, He just repeated it like that was some wisdom. But let's see what Wang Ji said. Order and disorder are changes in organization. Organization means methodical regulation. Courage and cowardice are changes in momentum or force. Strength and weaknesses are changes in formation. This dude did exactly what I just did. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I did. I just basically like you just added a little spice onto what he said. Um, because I guess what he said is pretty concise. So I don't think you could really uh, add much to it or change it much. So he did exactly what I did. This, I mean, we're in line here. That was funny because he did exactly what I did. When an army, this is Lee Kwan. When an army has the force of momentum, even the timid become brave. When it loses the force of momentum, even the brave become timid. Nothing is fixed in the laws of warfare. They develop based on momentum. Oh, momenta. Okay, that sounds cool. I like that. So Chen Hao says the brave act quickly, while the timid drag their feet. When opponents see you are not moving ahead, they will assume you are timid and will take you lightly. Then you then take advantage of their laxity to use force of momentum to attack them. Okay, so that's so all right. So that I like that example that he gave. All right, so we go on to the next, and we have the next one is Master Sun says, therefore, those who skillfully move opponents make formations that opponents are sure to follow. Give what opponents are sure to take. They move opponents with the prospect of gain, waiting for them in ambush. Now that's pretty straightforward, but that's heavy, right? So my take on it is, if you're skilled, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make when they say the formations are sure to follow, like retreat, right? Look like you're retreating, but you're not. You're actually setting them up. So when they think that you're weak and you're retreating, then most likely they'll have the momentum to come after you. They come lay chase, you set them up to a trap, and you lead them to where you wanted to lead them to for your advantage. That's for your gain. And they're waiting for them in ambush. Actually, it actually says that. They're waiting for them in ambush. And give what opponents are sure to take, right? So if they assume that there's this money, this gold, or whatever resources, something that, or there's food and they're starving, and then you actually lure them in by saying, hey man, we got all this food, and you know they're starving, then you know most likely they're going to try to take it, and then you can set them up in ambush. But that is skillful. That's how skillful people move, right? So, and that makes sense though. And to go back to boxing, like, so I watched boxing matches where they would say, oh, what's his name won because he wasn't throwing as many punches. And I would say, no, he didn't throw as many punches because he couldn't throw the punches, right? Whenever he threw the punch, he was met with force that he didn't like, right? So if you practice something, you throw a jab and you get hit as you're throwing that jab, and every time you throw that jab, the person hits you, you're going to stop throwing that jab. And that may be your secret weapon. So what happens is the other boxer nullifies his opponent, but you can't see that he nullified him. And then they just go, oh, well, he couldn't hit him. You know, he might not have been acting right. He just wasn't throwing as many punches. No, it looked like he wasn't throwing as many. He threw as many punches as he could. It's just that the other opponent stopped it. The other opponent knew that he would do that and came up with a plan and executed his plan better, right? And then so that would be the gist. He was skillful in his movement, skillful, giving him, like, you act like you're hurt, and so when a guy comes at you, you hit him in the face, or you throw your face out there, like, so he can, like, you make it look like it's a good target. He goes for the target, and then you counter, and then, or you set him up, right? So that's the gist of what they're saying here, and that's considered an ambush. If I actually feign or fake, and then you throw the jab, and then I move back, and I catch you with a hook, or anything like that, you throw a feint. That's basically setting up an ambush in boxing, right? Because everything in boxing is quick. So you throw fast punches, but what happens is if somebody moves back, you throw the punch, and I set you up, and I move back, and then I catch you. That's an ambush. That's basically equivalent of an ambush in war. All right, so now Cacao, and it's funny because Cacao was like talking constantly, and I just mentioned the thing that about Cacao is like one of the only ones that always talk. And the last few didn't have Cacao in it. It's like the book must have like it's like I said it, and then the book was like, all right, well, we ain't gonna put Cacao in there. You know how things like that. It feels like that, but I obviously know that's not the case. But anyway, Cacao is saying formations that opponents are sure to follow are formations that give the impression of exhaustion. Opponents are moved by the prospect of an advantage. Yeah, give them what they want. So I agree with that. Do Moo, my man, Do Moo, not Do You. Let me see if Do You. I gotta take a quick look for Do You, man. Do You, man, come on, bro. All right, so Do Moo is saying it does not only mean giving the impression of exhaustion and weakness when you are stronger than your opponent. Oh, shit, yeah, I want to make sure I updated it. Therefore, when you are stronger than your opponent, then you appear worn out to induce the opponent to come to you. When you are weaker than your opponent, then you appear strong to impel the opponent to go away. Thus, the movements of opponents all follow your direction. When you move opponents with the prospect of an advantage, since opponents are following you, you wait for them in ambush with well-prepared forces. And that is perfect. That's exactly it. So I agree with that as well. Pretty good stuff. So Wang Zi says whether you get opponents to follow you or get them to take something, be sure to have crack troops ready for them first. Yeah, basically that's ambush. So we basically repeating what he said though. So now we go to the next one, and that's Master Sun says, oh, page 98. He says, therefore, good warriors seek effectiveness in battle from the force of momentum, not from individual people. Therefore, they are able to choose people and let the force of momentum do its work. Ooh, man. All right. My man, Master Sun. I like this. So my take on this is so good warriors use momentum, right? Now obviously, well, I'm not gonna say obviously, but war is a is a team sport, basically. So, you know, individuals that you need to have everybody moving in accord. So that goes back to where everybody is on the same page, everybody's has the same goals or looking for the same outcomes, right? So if we were all focused on the same outcomes, the same goals, then we're more likely and inclined to move in unison. And that generates momentum, right? So, and not from individual people. So like you have like a leader that leads the charge. We're saying everybody generates the momentum. So you don't have to worry about individuals. Therefore, if you generate it and you manage it right, then all you need is people to generate momentum because you have all the skills. Obviously, they don't have skilled people, but just people themselves, you know how to use them to generate momentum. So not from individual. He goes, therefore, they are able to choose people and let the force of momentum do its work. So you choose your people and let momentum do its work. All right. So that's my take on it. But let's see what Lee Kwan says. He says, when you have the force of momentum in war, even the timid can be courageous. So it's possible to choose them for their capabilities and give them the appropriate responsibilities. The brave can fight. The careful can guard. The intelligent can communicate. No one is useless. So Maya Yochin says it is easy to get people to act by means of the force of momentum, whereas it is hard to demand power in individual people. The able have to choose the right people and also let the force of momentum do its work. So Zhang Yu, the rule for delegation of responsibility is to use greed, use folly, use intelligence, and use bravery, allowing for the natural force of each one, not blaming people for what they are incapable of, but choosing appropriate responsibilities for them according to their respective capabilities. Wow. Now this Zhang Yu, so we gotta sit on that, man, because that one is a real good comment. So we're just gonna step out of the That's the last comment for that Sun Tzu. But let's just add that into this because this is a very powerful sentence here because he's saying the rule of delegation. First of all, delegation is like a very powerful uh, tool, financial, family, financial. This is just an extremely powerful tool in anyone's arsenal in regards to social endeavors, because delegation of responsibility, we can't do everything, right? So no one person can do everything. So everybody is dependent and interdependent on everybody else, right? Like just even if you look at this broadcast, I'm using StreamYard. This is being delegated to StreamYard, right? I didn't have to create it. I got a camera, I got lighting, I got mic. All this is generated by other people, but you're using it. You're picking the ones for the strength, and then you're delegating. You're not creating everything. So, but just to simplify, why I like this is you use people for their strengths, and then instead of excuses on with them. Now, so if you can manage everybody, you have the good people, bad people, whatever, and you can use all of them, and you use them for their strengths, then that is like a powerful. That's a powerful tool. He says, and not blaming people for what they are incapable of, because we do that a lot. I do it, right? Like sometimes you go, hey man, you didn't do it, but you're not capable of it. So, but it's my fault for even telling you to do it, expecting you to do something that you're incapable of, right? So that right there falls on me, not on the individual, because that means I mismanaged the resource, right? They may be strong at something else, and I'm not seeing their strengths and then putting their strengths to work, right? Giving somebody a task that they are not capable of doing and expecting them to do it is folly on the act of the person who's the delegator or the delegator. To make it sound fancy. All right, but that's it. So right now, I want to know the clock, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to mention that because this is very, very powerful. Allowing for the natural force of each one, not blaming people for what they are incapable of, but choosing appropriate responsibilities for them according to their capabilities. This goes with family, friends, jobs, everything. You're a manager, it's the same thing. A dad, same thing. A mother, same thing. It's amazing. So play to the strengths and don't blame anything that's incapable on the individual. Actually see what is strong, like know the individual. So that's know thyself. If you know thyself, that answers that. And if you know others that are around you and you have that ability to see the potential or what they're good at and put them in what they're good at, that actually makes sense. Then you can use everybody. So you could bring anyone in and immediately start putting them in effective positions that makes you effectively stronger and gives you a bigger force. Very impressed. So we're gonna finish off with the last one, and this is the final one of chapter 5. So we'll stop here. Then we go into chapter 6. So this is the last quote. So Master Sun says, "Getting people to fight by letting the force of momentum work is like rolling logs and rocks. Logs and rocks are still when in a secure place, but roll on an incline, they remain stationary if square. They remain stationary if square, they roll if round. Therefore, when people are skillfully led into battle, the momentum is like that of round rocks rolling down a high mountain. This is force." Now I botched that up though, but that's pretty impressive. So I'm gonna reread it though. Getting people to fight by letting the force of momentum work is like rolling logs and rocks. Logs and rocks are still when in a secure place, but roll on an incline, they remain stationary if square, they roll if round. Therefore, when people are skillfully led into battle, the momentum is like that of round rocks rolling down a high mountain. This is force. So that's nice. So yeah, my commentary on this is like that's what getting people to use momentum, and just the actual momentum builds up the force of getting everyone on charged up and everyone rolling. So the potential is when you're in a secure place, and then when you release it, that kinetic energy that you release generates the force. by having everybody going full force. So momentum is like the gravity pushing things down a hill. It'll allow it to build up. So, but that was nice. So now let's see what Dumu says. Dumu's the last comment. He goes, roll rocks down a 10,000-foot mountain and they cannot be stopped. This is because of the mountain, not the rocks. Get the people to fight with the courage to win every time. And the strong and the weak unite. This is because of the momentum, not the individuals. Man, he's saying, and doing that to get the strong and the unique to unite. And again, managing a company, managing a team, managing a family, you play to everybody's weakness. That builds strength. That builds momentum. And then so this goes back into that last comment. You build momentum by utilizing everybody to their full potential. And then that gives each person moves as one unit. So we're not focusing on the individual. We're actually focusing on the force that's generated from everybody on the same accord. So that's why in that last statement, he was saying even the weak become powerful and courageous because you're not worrying about this. You're courageous being courageous. You can momentum can get the weak and timid to be courageous and do things that make them go above and beyond, so to speak. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So that's the end of that. That was page 99, and I forgot to move it, but that was page 99. Just if you want to see the how many did I miss? Oh, there it is. That was page 99, and then so that was pretty much it. Well, I want to say thanks again for joining. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you. The reading. Going to continue them. The nuggets. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like. Actually, give likes and subscribe. So right now, like I said, I'm just starting, so I'm just testing. So when I'm saying subscribe, but it's recommended to subscribe because things are going to get exceptionally great. The momentum is building. The momentum, as you can see, is building. This started out as me just testing videos. Now I got like a little setup. We're reading the book more frequently. And again, this is just the beginning. So I already know what's to come. And I'm going to keep getting better and better. The momentum is going to be stronger. Just the feedback and just engaging with you, individuals, as a group, as a team, as a squad. Definitely appreciate it. Love to hear feedback. And again, I know I'm testing. So that's the gist of this. But again, have a good night. I'm saying good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone, because I know this is going to be viewed from around the world. So I appreciate you and much respect. And let's see you next time. All right. Take care. Oh, wait, one more time. I'm going to do this video again. I'm going to play these two again. I just want to do this one thing real quick. We got 33 minutes. Give me 1 second. I just want to, because remember, we're still testing. Oh, yeah. See, I got to remember this stuff. So like I said, it's going to get good. It's going to get to the point. But give me 1 second because I forgot like a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to play this video, the one I played earlier. Get your feedback on it, and then I'll play the second one and just let me know what you think. I just want to run that twice here for people that. For 7 seconds, and then so I'll just be talking because I'm assuming it's done. All right, so let me know which one you like the best, and again, let me know if you don't like them. Right, so there's no right or wrong. If you don't like it, hey, not a problem. You like it, I just want to get your feedback, see just to see what you guys think. Like, so this is me, like Master Sue, showing you the commentary, get your feedback. You know what I'm saying? So that's that right there. So listen, guys and ladies, check out Godier.com. Go to Godier.com, check it out. That's my website. So like I'm working on a book. I got some music that I'm working on, and also there's a game that I'm working on, book, game, music, and writing some blogs and stuff like that. So, and plus with the gaming and stuff, we're going to do all that together. But that's what I'm doing right now. So that's what I'm working on. So go check it out. and let me know what you think. Any feedback, definitely appreciate it. So again, check out Dr. Boyce Watkins. Let me put that up. These are my team members when we play Call of Duty. So check out drboycewatkins.com. My man GMac, check out GMaculate Gaming. GMac is he's like the Sun Tzu of the Call of Duty that we play. And you can check us out if you want to watch the games. You can check us out on Twitch, Twitch TV, twitch.tv. Check out Big Nard 007. And you guys can get into the action as well. Eventually, we're going to be doing big games too, just so you know, if anybody's into the gaming. Like, if you're not, obviously, we just going to be doing stuff in that. But from the gaming perspective, eventually, we'll be hosting these large games where everybody can just jump in and we can all play together. Okay, so outside of that, that's pretty much it. That's Big Nard. I'm out. Art of War, Sun Tzu Book Nuggets. Again, appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you for your patience while helping me test as well. So, so we'll grow this thing together. And I appreciate you. All right, and that's it. Signing out. Have a great day. I appreciate you, and we'll end it there.